Still no word from the outside world?
I can't get a signal. All of this equipment is wrecked.
That's what tends to happen when a spaceship crashes.
Not the time for that.
Sorry. Just not comfortable with this feeling of being alone.
We aren't alone, Shard. We have each other.
For all the difference that makes. We're stranded and defenseless, and before you go on about the few working weapons we have, we know how useless they'd be if push came to shove.
I'm doing my best to get a message to Elderhawk. It isn't easy with what we've got left. The planet's out of range. I need an amplifier.
We don't doubt you're doing all you can, Five-Half. I just don't know what else we can suggest. There's nothing left in here to use.
I know, Hopper. I shouldn't complain. We're lucky to have survived the crash. So many others died when the ship split.
And we're even luckier this section stayed airtight. We might only have a handful of rooms that still have oxygen, but it's a lot more than any of us thought we'd get.
How much longer do you think the atmospheric shell will last? That has to be the priority.
Another day, at least. The damaged circuits are barely holding. I've designed and installed a couple of software patches to cover missing or blown-out components, but they aren't going to hold forever. Soon, there won't be anything to protect us from the coldness of space. I'm sorry.
It isn't your fault we're stuck in the Doffna Belt. It was a risky strategy trying to fly through such a tightly woven asteroid belt.
I thought it was bold, and our only chance.
Well, the pilot's dead and they're still coming for us.
We can still breathe, Shard. That's the main thing.
Is it? It doesn't matter if Five-Half can buy us a few more hours of air or not, and you know it. Nor how much food we eat or power we use.
Please don't say that.
But it's true. We can't avoid that fact.
Actually, the water filtration system is beyond repair. That's why it tastes a bit dodgy.
It tastes not quite metallic, but close. I assume I don't want to know why.
Jan, it doesn't matter. Dodgy water is not what we should worry about right now.
Shard, we have to hope there's help coming. We can't give up.
I'm just trying to give you all a reality check. We can measure supplies by the number of hours they'll buy us, but it's irrelevant. The Yporene Vanguard weren't far behind. Thorn might have piloted us well with a hulking great hole in the Dondran's hull, but we always knew we couldn't outrun them. They shot us down, and they're coming to finish the job. They'll pass through the belt, and then there won't be a single living thing left. Then they'll fly on to Elderhawk, and that's it. The end of the war. We lose.
It's all so desolate. The surface of the asteroid. Bleak and lifeless. But I wouldn't say Shard's attitude is any better. You're right. You don't stand a chance if you're going to act like that.
You don't know what they're capable of.
This Yporene Vanguard you're fighting are an army like any other. There must be some way of stopping them.
Bess, we've been trying for years. They're much stronger than us. They've laid waste to... How many worlds was it at the last count, John?
Last I checked was a few days ago, and then it was 1,793. It's probably closer to 2,000 by now, if you can picture that.
Have you heard of anything so powerful?
The doctor once took me to the planet Bertis. The native population were being wiped out by militant colonists. There was only a handful of families left. The colonists wouldn't back down, so with a little help, the Bertines fought back. They reclaimed part of their world, enough land to survive and thrive. They were outnumbered and barely had a weapon between them, but they still won. The principle is the same.
I remember when I felt like that. Optimistic.
Before all of this started, I expect.
Oh, Chalk! The resistors keep burning out. I feel so useless.
How do you think the rest of us feel? All we can do is wait.
And see who reaches us first, friend or foe. Assuming aid is even coming.
It will. Just perhaps not from where you're expecting it.
Bess, are you okay?
I am, Harper. Why?
Because you seem on edge. You spend a lot of time looking out there. Are you watching for the Vanguard ships?
No.
Seriously, Bess, are you okay? You don't need to keep your cards so close to your chest. A problem shared is a problem halved, after all. I want you to know you can talk—
Am I okay? What sort of question is that? I thought you were a man of moderate intellect, Harper. Surely you can figure out the answer to your ludicrous question.
Wow, I'm sorry. I was only trying to show concern.
Well, I would kindly thank you not to bother in the future. Am I okay? What nonsense. We're in the middle of a deadly war zone with practically no hope of survival, assuming everything you've all been telling me is true. So no, Harper, I am not okay. I am considerably far from that right now.
I'm sorry, I should have—
Should have what? Thought before you opened your mouth?
Yes. Sorry, Bess.
You've all lost the will to fight, and without that, we don't stand a chance of surviving. How long have we been stuck here? Actually, you don't need to tell me. Try as I might, I know I'm not going to forget the last few days.
There's something else, though, isn't there?
Now I see where all the brains went in this platoon. This isn't my war. Your fight with the Yporene Vanguard is nothing to do with me. I should not be here.
Where is home for you?
That's a good question, Jan. I'm not so sure anymore. I used to think it was England. The England the doctor took me from. But now, I'm not sure if the TARDIS has become my home. All thanks to the doctor. I suppose I haven't known him for long. And I let him take me wherever in that ship of his. Quite why, I'm not sure.
Like to that market where we found you?
Precisely. Care to enlighten me?
As technology goes, it's a bit advanced for you, a bit beyond your time, by several centuries.
I get it. I'm not smart enough for you to say anything more.
You're smart, of course you are, but giving you the secrets of something your world won't develop for hundreds of years? That would be diabolically irresponsible of me. If you invented it early, when I got you home, think of the damage it would do to time.
Don't worry, Doctor. Regardless of how much you tell me, I swear on all that I hold dear not to invent your microwave oven before it's time. So where have you taken me?
I promised you somewhere unlike anything else you've ever seen, and voila!
This looks like a market. I've seen these before, some even with you.
Ah, but not just any market. This is the planet and yet more.
That is a ridiculous name.
This is something of a ridiculous planet. You see, the sky is not really the sky.
If the sky isn't the sky, what is it?
Other than the premise for a great riddle, it's a jellyfish. Consider it a security guard. Checks IDs, makes sure no one's buying Vendemortigan soul wine underage. Just don't get caught shoplifting. You'll get quite the shock. Ah, see that there? It might look like a constellation, but I think that's a pancreas.
It isn't moving. Should it be moving? Wait. Doctor, something's wrong.
Nonsense. It looks perfectly healthy to me, as giant alien jellyfish go.
Not up there, down here.
What do you... Oh.
If there were people here, they've long gone.
And in a hurry, too. They must have just dropped everything where they were standing and run. There are Satsumas everywhere.
Can we leave? I have this ominous sense of foreboding. Can't you feel that?
Every day of my life, Bess. That means we're on to something good. Quick, down here.
This world is to be cleansed of other life. Eradicate everything.
Who are they?
Some of the worst news imaginable. Say hello to the Yporene Vanguard. Actually, don't, because they won't say it back.
Why are they destroying the stalls?
The Vanguard are brutes. They destroy anything in their path, no matter what it is. They're reptilian cyborgs with no understanding of mercy. The only reason they'll let you live is if you can offer them something. And unless you're a weapon, you can't offer them a single thing.
Maybe this isn't one of those times where we should try to stop the evil aliens.
Don't worry, I'm already trying to figure out a safe path back to the ship.
Look, there are others over there.
Soldiers? But I know that insignia on their uniform.
Doctor!
It's okay. I can get you out of here.
No, wait!
You were very angry with me when you woke up.
I'm sorry for that. I didn't know who you were or where I was, and I was concerned for my friend. You left him there.
We didn't know anyone else would be there. That planet had been evacuated. The market was supposed to be empty.
Clearly it wasn't. Didn't you even bother to check?
We only saw your life signs when it was too late, after the explosion.
It caught one of the Vanguard, seriously wounded it. It was never meant for you.
The doctor is still alive. I'm sure of it. He has to be, even if he has a different face.
I'm sorry, Bess, but I don't see how he could be. If the explosion didn't kill him, then the Vanguard would have done.
I don't want to talk about this.
We actually killed a couple of them, though. That was good.
And look what we got for it. Most of the platoon is gone and the ship is a crumpled wreck. We aren't going anywhere. We're sitting ducks.
Help will come.
You don't seem sure.
It will. It has to.
I guess we all have blind faith in something.
I'm sorry we doubted your story, Bess.
Yes, well, I didn't appreciate this time you spent interrogating me. I told you I knew nothing about your conflict and I meant it. If it were up to me, I wouldn't have any part of it.
I think we'd all opt for the same.
We should go back to the crash site. The structural integrity isn't great, but it should hold a little longer. There must be more we can salvage. We barely looked last time.
Because a girder nearly crushed my leg.
And in conditions like this, that could easily have been a death sentence.
You don't have to come. Hopefully I'll find the parts to put together a radio or something.
I can't let you go out there on your own.
Don't do it just to save face, Harper. If you want to stay here, then stay here. I'll go.
I'll come. I should do something helpful. And I'm not so sure how much longer I can just sit around here for. This techno stuff might be beyond me, but at least I know what your food looks like.
If you're sure.
As sure as I'll ever be.
I'll find a spacesuit that'll fit you.
Harper, it's okay. You have every right to be scared. I'd be shaking if I'd gone through what you have. Don't be too hard on yourself.
It's not okay. This isn't my war either. I didn't want to be here.
Neither did I, but we have to keep going. Keep breathing. We're all going to make it.
You can't promise that.
Take some time to compose yourself. We all need you. We're in this. Together.
Together.
He doesn't seem okay.
Do you have anything to calm him?
We ran out days ago. Only had field medkits in the first place, and they were practically empty. You go. I'll keep an eye on him.
Thanks. See you soon.
The trick is best to remember to breathe normally.
It isn't that. It's the weight of this spacesuit. I feel like a knight in armor.
What do you mean, armor? We're already wearing body shielding tech.
It was this tradition from a long time ago, I guess. Men would wear thick metal plating when going out to war. It would defend them from attacks. I suppose this thing serves a similar purpose, protecting us from the vacuum of space. I doubt it would be much good against a sword, though. I know we can't stay out here for long. You said we don't have that much air?
The tanks are half full. More than enough for what we need, but not enough to be slow about it. Get in, get out. No dawdling.
It's just that view. I've never seen anything like it. Those giant rocks, all in a ring.
The Doffna Belt looks like any other asteroid belt I've seen.
But this is my first time seeing one in person. Up close. I've seen diagrams. The doctor has this book which I believe is aimed at children. My first book of space. He said it would help me get to grips with the basics of I don't know. I stopped listening. He does go on.
You're right. There is a beauty to it.
Nightmare to fly a ship through, though.
He'd have something poetic to say. How the rocks relate to the arc of existence.
You miss him.
As mad as he is, he's my only connection to home. He should be here by now.
Bess.
I know you think he isn't coming, but you don't know what we face. I was turned to stone and nearly devoured by gorgons. He saved my life. Then there was the time with the Taliac. That man defeated an entire army with a wooden spatula and icing sugar. He can't die. He won't let me die either.
Everyone can die.
Not him. I won't believe it. I just can't fathom what's keeping him. What is more important than rescuing me?
Perhaps you value your friendship more than he does.
No, he's always been protective. He has a duty of care.
Did he say that?
No, it's what I've made him agree to.
Come on, we're nearly there. Remember, be careful in there. Shard, you first. Bess, bring up the rear.
Oh, Doctor, please let me be worrying for nothing.
Oh, someone needs to tone down the C4. Anyone lose an explosive? Bess, you okay? Bess!
It's okay. I can get you out of here.
Wait! Oh, great. I'm never going to hear the end of that. Being rescued by someone else? Who's sneaking onto my patch? At least Bess isn't still in the middle of a war zone, and I'm still in pretty good condition.
A survivor. That one set off the explosive. Open fire!
Why do they always insist on shooting?
Scanners indicate only one survivor. 2 hogs. Locate and eradicate.
I think I can get this airlock back up and running. The levels on that screen suggest reoxygenation of this section is doable, so...
Whoa! I thought we were trying to be careful.
Blame the hydraulic valves. Let's get the air back on.
No, Bess, not yet. Wait until you hear the beeping, then take your helmet off.
Sorry, I didn't know. So, Fivehearth. That's an unusual name. As is Shard, come to think of it.
So is Bess. To us, at any rate.
Fair enough. What got you into this? How do you know how to fix all these things?
Before the war, I was training to be a hovercar engineer. I only had a few weeks left. I never had the chance to qualify, though I was top of my class. The Yporene Vanguard came and everything changed. We had to sign up.
Everyone had to join the war effort. No exceptions.
They saw I had a natural aptitude for mechanics, so sent me to work repairing spaceships and weapons. It's not quite the same.
Does that mean it's safe to take our helmets off?
No, there's not enough pressure in the system to keep the air pumping. I can try to... maybe not. As I said, not formally qualified.
You're very impressive, though. I'm not sure how you do it.
I guess I've always been good at it. That's how my brain is wired. The shock we took from the Vanguard's weapons must have been worse than we feared. I'm not sure we can trust the internal diagnostics. The wreck of the Dondran might be more unstable than we thought.
Can we risk a few minutes?
I vote yes, unless it starts caving in on us.
Agreed. We've already taken most of the risk. Opening the airlock was probably the most problematic part of the trip.
This seems to be in decent condition. We should be able to get this radio up and running.
Well, that'll be useful. Found anything, Bess?
I think this is a power pack for one of your guns. What you were saying earlier about having to join the army. Why everyone?
They needed every pair of hands they could find. Every man, woman, child.
You can't be serious.
Sadly, she is. There are no kids on the front line, but they're helping out back on Elderhawk. They have to. Working in ammunitions factories, running combat sims, that sort of thing.
War isn't a place for the young.
I'm not sure it's a place for anyone.
You wouldn't have fought for your world?
I didn't say that. I signed up. I volunteered wholeheartedly. I was willing to march against the Yporene Vanguard from day one.
So what changed?
I wanted to do my bit to make a difference. But no matter what we do, no matter how many of us are thrown at the enemy, it feels like absolutely nothing is being achieved. No matter how many of us there are, we always need more. So we call up the younger people, the older people. Still, we need more. Still, we all die. So why are we doing this? I just want to go home.
I was too young to begin with. I want to be with my loved ones. I haven't seen any of my friends for so long.
I have a family. I can't do this much longer. I'll never see them again. My partner, my children, that's what's keeping me going. The hope of maybe being reunited with them again.
Where are they? Elderhawk?
My children are. Who knows where my partner was sent? Sorry. Can we talk about something else? I don't want to cry in the spacesuit. What have you got there, Bess?
Another power pack and a couple of ration pouches. So not great, but at least it's something.
I don't believe it. This tablet still has some life in it.
No, that's a stone. You write on it. Or does tablet mean something different to you?
Here, see how it lights up?
So it's a computer?
A handheld one, yeah. Press that button at the bottom. That'll bring up the menu. Let's see what this bad boy can do.
I can do it. I can break it apart and strip it for parts. They'll be more valuable to us than being able to control the air conditioning, which no longer works on this wrecked ship, so it's useless. This means I can put together a scanner, and that'll actually be useful. I can't believe we found this. I need to get back to the others. Start work.
We need to follow her. When she gets that glint in her eye, nothing will stop her.
Come to us. We want you, Shard. We need you.
Did you hear that?
Hear what? Maybe my radio isn't tuned in right.
There was this voice.
Was it 5/2?
No, someone else.
Sorry, Shard. I didn't hear anything.
Maybe it was just... I don't know. Come on, Bess, let's go.
We want you, Shard.
It's kind of you to offer to teach me.
Got to find something to pass the time, and I did promise. And if the Vanguard are coming, you should know how to use a gun.
It will be good to protect myself and help you lot in the fight. If necessary, of course. I've seen weapons before, but these laser things you have are new to me.
Oh, for the love of... not again. Money. It's locked again. Bess, can you pass me that screwdriver?
What do you want that for?
Oh, you don't know. My leg is cybernetic. Lost it a while back.
You have a fake leg? Did it happen in the war?
No, I lost it in an accident years ago. It got damaged a couple of weeks back, though. The joint keeps sticking, hence the screwdriver. Ah, that's better.
You mean you can feel it?
Technically, no. There aren't any nerve endings in it. But maybe I've been bashed about too much, and the sensation of the phantom limb has merged with the robotics, and now I only sometimes mind. I think I can genuinely feel something. See that motor there, just behind the fan? That means I can bend my leg. It sometimes seizes up, so I have to walk around very straight for a while.
It's good you can smile and joke about it.
Well, there aren't many options. Come on, pick the weapon up.
It isn't as heavy as I thought it would be. It looks like metal, but I'm guessing it isn't?
Hardened plastic with a proton pack, that's all. You wouldn't want to weigh a soldier down with anything heavier than necessary. Now hold it with both hands. That'll be necessary for the recoil. You might have seen holovids where action heroes try to do it with one hand, but these packs are more than potent enough to send you flying, if you don't know what you're doing.
Like this? And put my finger on the trigger?
Yeah, how does that feel?
Honestly, not unlike a musical instrument.
Oh, you play?
I've been known to try my hand at them, yes. Do you? You don't seem like the type.
I used to be good enough to teach music before all this.
That I understand. You seem at ease helping other people.
Thank you. You remind me of this student. She couldn't quite master the panachin. It's a wind instrument. 6 pipes in a ring. Hours and hours of lessons passed, but she just couldn't get it. She was good. Proficient. Possibly one of the most able musicians I'd encountered. But the panachin eluded her. It's partly in the wrist, how you rotate it as you play. Partly in the lungs, how much you can inhale or exhale at any time.
And I remind you of this musician who couldn't play a particular instrument.
The resilient hope in your eyes, that no matter what is thrown at you, you don't seem to give up on what you believe in. That and the fact you're holding that gun like you're going to drop it. My student didn't like them either.
What's happened to her?
I don't know. We were both called up. I suppose she's dead now.
Jan, I'm sorry.
We had been working on an operetta together, composing parts for an entire orchestra. It was endearing to see someone so talented wanting to work with someone as old as me.
You're young.
I don't feel it. Too battle-hardened, I suppose.
Says the pacifist.
What? You're a pacifist?
I'm not sure anymore. Before I was, without a doubt. But now, in a world that won't allow it?
Why teach me to shoot if you don't believe in violence?
I might not agree with this, Bess, but we're here. We are at war, and the Yporene Vanguard won't spare me because I'm ethically against attacking them. We all need to know how these guns work, if only so we know how to dismantle them. Doesn't stop me from feeling like I'm dying inside a little more every time I pull the trigger.
Ah, John's finally teaching you to shoot? His aim is remarkable.
I'm not proud of that. Come on, Bess, you'll need a firmer grip. You know how to aim?
Point it at the enemy and shoot?
Use your dominant eye and focus the sight at the end of the laser barrel.
While we're all together, I thought we should talk about what we're going to do next.
I take it you have something in mind?
Take the fight to them. There's no point hanging around here, and waiting isn't doing my nerves any good.
Your mouth says fight, but your body language says otherwise.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but even if we could leave the asteroid, which, with the Dondran being the wreck that it is, we can't, we'd barely scratch the Vanguard ships before we sustain too many hits. I know you don't want to be, but we're stuck here.
Getting a spot of cabin fever, Harper?
That said, I think he has half a good idea. Once I have this scanner up and running, we'll know where the Vanguard are, and we'll be able to plan an attack. We make one final stand here on the asteroid with whatever weapons we have.
You think we have a chance of that working?
We'll do some damage, make a difference. What other options do we seriously have?
Get a message out to another ship, then they can maybe rescue us, or at least send help.
Why risk that at all? The Vanguard could intercept the message. I say we stay quiet and hope they leave us alone.
John, we can't genuinely expect that to happen. You know what they've done in the past. Firebombed entire planetary systems in case there were any survivors.
I don't want to fight anymore. And I don't think you lot do either.
Bess, you've been quiet. What are your thoughts?
I'm not a soldier.
You're a part of this. An honorary member of the platoon.
For what it's worth, I'm with 5 Half and Shard. Prepare to make a stand, but hope someone can get us out of here first.
Still holding out for your doctor?
I have to, but at least now I'm armed and can lend a hand.
You might know some basic skills for combat, but coming face to face with the Yporene Vanguard is completely different.
I heard they're sprayed with corrosive material to teach them to dismiss pain. That's why their scaled faces look half melted. Try staring that down, keeping your aim straight, and not running away or falling because you've been shot. Not forgetting how thick some of their cybernetic armor is. We'll be lucky if some of these blasters even make a faint dent.
The Vanguard might be the mightiest fighting force the galaxy has ever seen. Faster, stronger, and better trained than us. 5 amateurs with pea shooters without the faintest idea of what we're doing. When I say countless worlds have fallen to them, I'm not exaggerating. The 5 of us would struggle against a handful of them, let alone the entire fleet, which, if you hadn't noticed, is heading straight for the belt. Because Elderhawk is on the other side. That's our home, and if they reach there, it's over. We lose the war.
John, calm down.
But it is. Elderhawk is the last line. Capture that, and we've lost. Shard said as much earlier. Weren't you listening?
Surely that means we fight all the harder. I understand your pacifism, but you know we don't have the luxury of choosing that right now. We keep going, no matter how badly the odds are stacked against us. Because if we give up, that's how the Vanguard wins. That's how evil wins. When good people don't stand up, let tyrants fear. I come resolved to live or die amongst you, my friends.
Come on, old girl. I know you can do it. Haven't I always said I have the utmost faith in you? I know you like the odd pat of encouragement from time to time, so consider all this affection you're getting now as a bonus because I really need you now. Bess is in a ridiculous amount of danger and we need to save her tout de suite. No, wait, what's faster than that? Tout de very sweet? If she's where we're afraid she is, actually that doesn't bear thinking about. Tracing her biosignature, locking on, and the results are in. Oh, that is beyond very, very bad. The Doffna Belt. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Because if the Yporene Vanguard are there, there's only one thing this can mean. Oh, Doctor, you idiot. You absolute idiot. You haven't just lost your friend in a horrendously dangerous alien warzone, but you've let her get caught up in a pivotal moment in galactic history. No, don't tell me it's too late. This is not the time. I can't believe I was so careless, especially with her. I know there's only so much we can do, but right now, nothing is more important than rescuing Bess. I'll get in so much trouble if anything happens to her.
It's working! Now to see what's out there. This scanner should help me find the Vanguard mothership. Hopefully they'll leave us alone.
What does it say?
They're close. Much closer than we thought.
I thought we had the best part of a day.
Maybe they've sped up, I don't know. This says they're barely an hour away. We've got a pair of long-distance binoculars over there. We can probably see it.
My radio?
Can anyone hear me? My name is Crane. I'm the pilot of the Lakeland. We're about to enter the Doffna Belt, requesting urgent assistance. The Vanguard are in pursuit. Repeat, the Vanguard are in pursuit, requesting urgent...
Are they still there?
I think we lost the signal. Maybe they went out of range. I'm trying to get them back.
I can see them on the scanner. It's bad. The Vanguard are right on top of them.
Hello? Please let there be someone out there. I don't want to die without...
Did the signal drop again?
It's not that. They've been shot. A direct hit. Why didn't we hear it?
Sound doesn't travel in space. There are no molecules in space, so there's nothing to vibrate. No way for us to hear.
Did any of them make it? Any escape pods?
I'm sorry, I can't see any. It looks like...
Transmitting on all wavelengths. This message is for any beings hiding in the asteroid belt. Another of your ships has been shot down. You will be found. You will be eradicated. This region of space belongs to the Yporene Vanguard.
I can't listen to any more of that.
That's it.
No,
We're doomed.
They're coming closer. Much further and they'll be able to pick us up. We have to turn everything off. Play dead.
Someone must have got away.
I'm not ready. I can't die yet. I haven't finished...
My friends! I know you're scared and this is asking a lot of you, but we need to stay calm and focused. What 5-1/2 was saying is sensible. It's a tactic many animals have used successfully before. Maybe it will be kind to us now. No doubt by our valor, we shall have a grand victory over these enemies.
I'm sorry.
What good would putting on spacesuits do? There's nowhere to run out there. What's the plan? Hide behind a big rock?
Dear Lord of utmost kindness, please show mercy to your humblest follower.
5-1/2? Are you praying and collecting guns? I'm not sure they go together.
Shad, we need you, Shad.
Can anyone else hear that?
Hear what?
John, ready the airlock.
Wait! You can't seriously leave me! I thought we were playing dead! What's that beeping?
Please grant clemency for my transgressions, and let me find forgiveness for those who have fought against me.
5-1/2?
The sensor on the table. It means the Vanguard are scanning the belt. They know we're here. They know. Dear Lord of utmost benevolence, help us now.
Harper? What did you just pick up? Was it a weapon?
Nothing for you to worry about, Bess. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it can't end like this. Wait, everyone be quiet. Can you hear that? It can't be, can it? Not after all this time.
What is that noise?
It came from in here.
How did that get in here?
More importantly, what is it? A Vanguard weapon?
It shouldn't look like that. This isn't right.
Of course it isn't. This thing just appeared out of nowhere.
How can a ship look like some ancient column? It's too small.
The Doctor's ship is bigger on the inside, so I'm not sure if there's any reason why it couldn't be tiny on the outside. But in all the time I've known him, it's always looked like this big blue box. I didn't know it could change shape. But that noise, it was definitely the groany whizzy noise it always makes. Doctor, is that you?
Who?
I demand that you identify yourself. Are you with the Yporene Vanguard?
Of course not. Today is your lucky day. I am the Master, and I am here to save you all.